Emmerson Resources Ltd, ASX EMR on the Australian Stock Exchange, is a gold explorer in the Northern Territory with a very large land package. And joining me via Skype is Rob Bills, Managing Director, CEO and Chief Geologist. Hello, Rob.
Hello, Tim.
Now, you've got a great project up there in the Northern Territory, and you're one of the major players up there. Tell us a little bit about where Emmerson is right now, especially in regard to the Edna Beryl deposit.
Okay, Tim. We're about to embark on our first drill campaign for this year. So we're drilling around the Edna Beryl project, and as you will recall, we got some fantastic high-grade gold intersections last year at Edna Beryl. So we're going back, trying to extend that, looking at increasing that. So that's the main focus for this year. In addition to that, we're doing drilling a number of other projects.
Now, there's quite a few smaller gold players in the area, and the government, the Northern Territory government, has just made an announcement about funding for development of the state. How does that impact the mining community?
Look, this is a fantastic initiative by the NT government, Tim. It's to undertake a feasibility study on a centralised milling facility in the Tennant Creek town. Now, obviously, you need a mill to process, the gold, and this initiative will, enable small-scale mining and processing on a toll treating basis. So it will unlock, a lot of that value that at the moment, you can't obviously unlock because there's no mill. So really this will facilitate, an increase in exploration, because all of a sudden, there's a pathway there to actually monetize, the resources that are currently sitting in the ground. And the second part of it is, Tim, it will really assist the Tennant Creek district in terms of employment and training, contractors to build this thing and all those sort of other things. So, it will certainly have a downstream effect.
I remember, historically, when the early miners were taking gold, there were community stampers and there were shared resources. So I guess what this means for the smaller miners in that whole area is that they don't have to go out and raise $10 million for a processing facility. Therefore, they can put that money straight into developing the area and less expensive infrastructure that will take them through to production much quicker.
That's correct. It certainly, it compresses that time frame, decreases the costs, thereby, accelerating, the development of a lot of these things. And I guess the other thing, Tim, is, historically Tennant Creek is a very, very high-grade gold field. These are very tightly constrained, small ore bodies which are very, very rich. So a lot of them have actually started off historically as small mines. Once you go underground, you actually realise that it's a tip of the iceberg scenario, and they turn out to be big mines.
Well, that's exactly what you've found. That's exactly what you've found with your non-magnetic hematite, isn't it?
Exactly. So, look, we're up there mining the first of these small mines called Edna Beryl, and we're drilling outside of that small mine, outside of that ore envelope, and we've had some fabulous results, so we think that small mine at Edna Beryl actually won't be a small mine. It'll actually be, we don't know how big it's going to be. And that's really the purpose of this next round of drilling. So we think that, this is a really good formula for unlocking value in Tennant Creek. You start off with a small mine, you monetize it via a mill on a toll treating type basis. And then once you get underground, you can drill underground a lot more effectively and efficiently. And who knows, a small mine might turn into a very large mine.
And with the support of the Northern Territory government, because obviously they realise that by injecting that capital, giving that resource to the small miners, it's called the Tennant Creek Mining Services Centre, I believe.
Yeah, so the initiative from the NT government, it's reinvigorating Tennant Creek as a mining centre. And as you and many of your listeners will know, Tennant Creek was the highest grade goldfield in Australia back in its heyday under Normandy. generated a huge wealth for everyone, you know, not only the Northern Territory government, the local people, but also, you know, the feds. So, look, we're not there yet, obviously, but I think this is a very, very positive step towards, you know, reinvigorating Tennant Creek.
And a long-term plan for the Northern Territory as well. And for investors watching, of course, anyone who's going to benefit from that would be the gold producers, that we're the next generation of gold producers in the Tennant Creek area.
That's correct. It's not just an Emmerson, you know, initiative. It's obviously, you know, will benefit the whole district. As you also will recall, we announced last year that we're farming into the Rover project, which is 65 kilometres south of Tennant Creek. So, look, by and far, Emmerson is the largest tenement holder in that whole district. But you know, obviously there are some other companies working outside of Emmerson that will benefit from this initiative.
That's terrific news, Rob. Great speaking with you. Rob Bills, the CEO of Emmerson Resources on the Australian Stock Exchange, EMR. Go look them up right now. Thanks very much, Rob.
Thank you, Tim.